A new congressional report says there's a regulatory tsunami swamping businesses and killing job growth, and it says the White House is to blame. Joins us Congressman Darrell Issa, chairman of the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee that issued the report. Good evening, sir. And it seems
Greta.
like everyone's blaming the White House tonight. You are too?
Well, I like to say the administration. Because the administration naturally wants to make lots of regulations, and if a president sort of signals it's a good time to do it, they'll do it. The Democrats in today's hearing were very proud to say, you know, in the first 2 years, this administration actually did less than President Bush did during his last 2 years. That's right. They did legislation out the gazoo. They created lots of new laws. When they lost that ability to do it, they went into overdrive, over 2,000 regulations, effectively laws. And there's a pattern, and one of the patterns is they claim these things cost less than $100 million of impact, so they don't have to do as much. And then when they cost more than $100 million, like the livestock bill that is really going to ruin a lot of the livestock operations, they don't want to reopen it, have public comment, and so on. So a lot of what we did was talking about, look, there's going to be regulations under Republicans or Democrats, but let's not shortcut, short shrift the ability to make sure you get it right.
I sort of had the sense that Mr. Daley, who's the White House Chief of Staff, and Cass Sunstein, who's over at the White House as well, that they are likewise trying to deal with the regulatory thing. That isn't necessarily that the White House is out there making a lot of regulations, but it's sort of the machinery of the government is sort of overwhelming and really got to us, and it's not really a blame anybody.
Well, Cass Sunstein was one of our witnesses today. He was very cordial, very honest and straightforward, but he was bragging about 500 that may be reviewed and eliminated, some of them eliminated. Well, 2,000 new ones will be put in this year. And
who puts those in? Who creates these regulations, by the way?
Well, bottom line is every bureaucracy, whether it's every alphabet soup, EPA, OSHA, FDA, almost everyone, you and I were talking about patent. The PTO has very limited rulemaking, but most of the agencies have expansive rulemaking. And in the case of EPA, where Congress specifically tried to prevent them from doing CAFE standards the way they're doing it, they've done it anyway.
All right, so that the rule is made, let's say the rule is made at a government regulatory agency, it goes up to the secretary, the cabinet secretary, or not? Does it ever make it up there?
It goes through a review process based on whether it's an independent agency or a cabinet office, but at the end of the day, once the Secretary of X has blessed it or just ignored it, the fact is the rulemaking process goes through and it becomes what is a law.
But it never makes it over to the White House, so it is really made external to the White House. So as though we might talk about the White House doing this, the White House doing that. It is really sort of these independent agencies or cabinet-run agencies that are doing these, and we've just let it happen over the years.
It has an effect who's in the White House. Under Reagan, there was a sense that there really had to be that, and he appointed cabinet officers who scrutinized. Under other presidents, both Republican and Democratic, it's been less. The real bottom line, though, is I was a CEO for 20 years. The president has been the CEO for 3 years. He is responsible for what the agencies who report to him, all these cabinet positions, they all serve at will. He can fire any of them on an hour's notice. So the bottom line is he's the CEO, and he's saying he wants to cut these back. Well, in fact, we're getting new regulations, and many of them are bypassing the ordinary process of review.
So, I mean, I'm not trying to be an apologist for him, but it's just sort of the way Washington has unfortunately worked for decades, and I guess the solution is for him to issue orders to his cabinet secretaries, you know, no more, or to try to change how regulations are implemented.
Absolutely.
That would be the way to do it.
He can do a lot, and I will give you an example. Cass Sunstein.
And you know what, you have to hold that because I'm getting the sign. We got to go, and but you will come back, will you?
Absolutely, and we'll still be talking about how to create jobs here in America. Regulations are part of the problem.
Thank you, sir.